Hey there, it's Carly Burr and welcome back to my channel where I encourage you to spend more time offline so you can experience more joy, exercise your creativity, and live a better life. In this video, I'm going to be talking about when you finally decide to leave your social media or take a nice long little break and no one even notices that you're gone. This is one of the most common concerns that I hear about when people are contemplating leaving social media or taking a long extensive break. And it actually kind of puzzled me for a while because, mind you, I've been off of specifically Instagram since it was that brown and tan icon. So it's been a long time. Now it makes sense to me after talking with multiple people because you see a story from someone or you post your own story or you post a picture and people like it or they comment on it or they interact with it in some way, and somehow that makes you feel like people are seeing you. Oh, they know I'm here, they know I exist, I don't feel so isolated anymore. Often people who leave feel isolated because they aren't getting that virtual I see you, but not really you, just surface level you. On the flip side, if you're not much of a poster, you're seeing other people, you're watching their stories, you're seeing their pictures, and you somehow feel involved in their life, like you are in the know, like you know what's going on. And most likely you are up to date on all the surface level stuff, but it doesn't tend to go much deeper than that. You feel like you're somehow friends with 500 people or like you're part of something. Usually that thing that you're part of is false, but I'm not going to say that every single online interaction is false and isn't deep, because that's just not the truth. But a lot of these interactions and relationships are superficial, leaving you not full, leaving you still wanting more. I heard a story once about a bunch of deer who were trapped outside of their natural habitat because of heavy snowfall that had happened, and because of that they're possibly going to starve. Some people who lived nearby wanted to do well for these deer, wanted to help them survive, so they drove a bunch of trucks over there and dropped off a whole bunch of loads of hay for the deer to eat so that they wouldn't starve. The only problem was that hay isn't usually what these deer would eat. So fast forward a little bit and they found most of these deer that they had fed the hay, they found them dead because yes, they'd eaten the hay, but they weren't getting nourished. So they found these deer dead with full stomachs, but again, they hadn't gotten the nutrients that they needed, therefore they had passed away. This story kind of creates a visual of how I view social media in a way. You get this interaction online with people, it makes you feel like you're being seen, like you're involved in something, yet it isn't nourishing. These interactions online alone aren't enough to sustain deep relationships that are real, that are raw, and that are most importantly, fulfilling. If all of your interactions stay online or stay surface level, you'll reach the end of your life without feeling like you've had real connection, real meaningful relationships and experiences that create a whole full life. If you're someone who is concerned about leaving social media for the reason that you feel like people are going to forget you exist, like you're going to feel alone, like you're going to feel isolated, first of all, know that you're not the only person who feels this way. This is such a common concern that I hear all the time. But instead of viewing it from a place of fear of being forgotten, why not view it as the beginning of starting to feel alive as you begin to spend more time offline? A time for living more in the moment and reaching out to those people who you love and who you want in your circle. Nourish those relationships offline to build them up into something stronger and more beautiful and deeper than they've ever been before. When you find yourself feeling the urge to leave social, but feeling so paralyzed by the fear and the thought of being forgotten, remember that those people who forget you don't deserve to have you. And if you're someone who's super worried about being forgotten online, you're probably maybe someone who has a super strong online presence. But what about your offline presence? Isn't that the one that actually matters? I think your offline presence is the one that deserves the most attention, even though it's not one that the masses see, not one that the public eye sees, but it deserves the most attention. Your offline presence is the one that counts the most. I encourage you to put that fear of being forgotten aside and remember that you are in the driver's seat of your life. If you're worried about leaving and having no one, then the truth is you've got to make some adjustments offline. You may have to get a little bit uncomfortable to reach out to those people offline that you want to get closer to, that you want in your life. But in the end, my friend, it is worth it. Try to keep the big picture in mind instead of the one that you're viewing right now, which is online. Keep the big picture in mind, and those offline relationships that you can build and you can create are 10 times better. And speaking of offline presence, I created a challenge that's going to start this December 1st, all about building your offline presence. Yes, we are trading in comparison, aka the thief of all joy, the stalking of old acquaintances and perfect strangers online for more peace, gratitude, and genuine joy offline. This holiday season, we are ditching the social world to not only be more present with ourselves, but those that matter most to us, because that's the greatest gift that you can give to yourself and to others is your presence. And it's free because you already have it. You have your presence. You just have to exercise it and use it and put the screens down. Which means, in a nutshell, starting December 1st, we are going completely offline for the whole month of December. And I cannot wait. I'll be releasing more details about this challenge shortly. But if you want to be the first to know about more details of the challenge or when you can sign up, I know it's in December, but that's coming up really quickly. I made a count wait list that you can join. I'll leave a link in the description below so that you can be the first to know more details about this amazing, exciting, offline, most importantly, challenge. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, I'm sending you all my love and encouragement to spend more time offline. And I'll catch you next time.